Hey guys, Aubrey here. Today I'm doing the Eureka Math Grade 5 Module 3 Lesson 13 homework. So let's get started. Number 1. Are the following expressions greater than or less than 1? Circle the correct answer. Alright, so first we have A, 1/2 plus 4/9. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and solve this if you want. Find the least common multiple. We have the denominator, blah, blah. But if you want to also, you can estimate. So let's see, what do we know makes 1? 1/2 plus 1/2. So we already have 1/2 over here, and we're adding 4/9. Well, we know 4/9. If we add 4 plus 4, then we have 8/9. So 4/9 is less than 1/2 because 4/9 plus 4/9 is 8/9, so that wouldn't be 1/2. That'd be less than 1/2. So if we're adding something that's less than 1/2 to 1/2, then we wouldn't get something that's greater than 1. So it would be less than 1. Alright, B, 5/8 plus 3/5. 5/8 is greater than 1/2 because 5 plus 5 is 10/8, which is greater than 1. And 3/5, 3 plus 3 is 6. So that would be 6/5, which is also greater than 1. So we have two fractions that are at least greater than, that are at least 1/2. Then we know when added together, they will be greater than 1. Alright, and C, 1/1/5 minus 1/3. So the thing is here, we have to look at the fractions. 1/5 and 1/3. 1/3 is pretty big. It's bigger than definitely bigger than 1/5. And 1/5 is not insanely small, but it's not as big. So we already have 1 and 1/5, and we're subtracting something that's more than that 1/5. Then our answer would be something that's less than 1. So it would be less than 1. And for D, 4 3/5 minus 3 3/4. 4 minus 3, so we have 1. 3/5 minus 3/4. Alright. 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 3/4. That's 1. Wait, no, 4 minus 3, that's 1/4. So then 1/4 plus that 3/5. 1/4 plus 3/5. So you think about it this way, 4 minus 3 3/4, that'd be 1/4. But we have to add that 3/5 back. 1/4 is way less, or not way less, but it's just less than a half. And 3/5, well, it is greater than a half, but 1/4 is too small. So if we have something that's barely bigger than a half plus something that's small, get what I mean? Then we would have something that's less than 1. So this would be less than. And number 2, the following expression is greater than or less than 1/2. Circle the correct answer. A, we have 1/5 plus 1/4. 1/5 is not that big, and 1/4 isn't either. So we have two small things added together. It should be less than 1/2. And B, 6/7 minus 1/6. So 6/7 is pretty close to a whole. It's like basically a whole. So, and 1/6 is pretty small. So we have something that's pretty much a whole minus something that's very small. Then our answer is probably going to be greater than 1/2. Alright, C, 1/1/7 minus 5/6. Alright, so 5/6 is basically pretty much a half. Okay. I mean, not a half, a whole. So 1/1/7. 1/7 really isn't that great. It's very, less, pretty much. So we have something 1, and we're barely over 1, but we're subtracting something that's basically a whole, pretty much a whole. Then our answer would probably be less than 1/2. And D, 4/7 plus 1/8. 4/7 is greater than 1/2 already. And if we're adding something more to that number, which is already greater than 1/2, then our answer, of course, would be greater than 1/2. All right, number 3, use less than, greater than, less than, equal to make symbols to make the following statements true. A, 5 4/5 plus 2 2/3. So 5 plus 2, we have 7, and 4/5 and 2/3 are almost basically a whole. So we have 7 and a little more. So it might be less than a whole, less than 8, or it might be just a little over 8. But we have 8 and 3/4. Now 8 and 3/4, 3/4 is also almost a whole. So if we already have 7 here, but we have 2 more fractions here, maybe just enough to get to 8. But 8 here is almost to 9. So this would probably be greater than 5 4/5 plus 2 2/3. All right, B, we have 3 4/7 minus 2 3/5. All right, and so 3 minus 2, that's 1. So 3 minus 2 3/5, that is 1 minus 3/5, which is 2/5. So think about 2/5 plus 4/7. Well, we have 4/7, which is a little bit greater than 1/2, and 2/5, which is less than a half. So greater than 1, a little bit greater than 1/2, and less than a half. Our answer would definitely be less than 1. But over here, we already have a 1, and we're adding even more to it. So this part would, of course, be greater. All right, C, 4 1/2 plus 1 4/9. All right, so 4 1/2 plus 1 4/9, we have 5 1/2 plus a little more. 5 1/2 plus another 4/9, which is almost a half. And now here we have 5 plus 13 over 18. But for 18, our half of 18 is 9 over 18. So this is only a little bit more than half of, this fraction is only a little bit more than 5 1/2. But since we already have 5 1/2 and we're adding even more to it here, then this side would be greater. All right, D, 10 3/8 minus 7 3/5. 10 minus 7 3/5. 3 minus 3/5, that's 2 2/5 plus 3/8. 2 2/5. 2/5 is less than a half, and 3/8 is also less than a half. So we have 2 and something, maybe almost to 3, but not quite 3. But over here, we already have a 3 on this side, and we're adding more. So 3 is greater than 2, so this side would be greater. All right, next page. Number 4. Is it true that 5 2/3 minus 3 3/4 is equal to 1 plus 2/3 plus 3/4? Prove your answer. All right, so 5 2/3 minus 3 3/4. First, I'm going to do 5. I'm going to forget about the 2/3. Minus 3 3/4. 5 minus 3 is 2, so it's 2 minus 3/4 equals 1 1/4. We have to add back that 2/3. So 4 and 3, our least common multiple is 12. So 1 1/4, that's 5/4 times 3, 15 over 12, plus 2/3 times 4, it's 8 over 12, which makes 23 over 12. or 1 and 11, 12. Now, for 1 plus 2/3 plus 3/4, let's see, 2/3 and 3/4. 3 and 4 least common multiple is 12. So 1 plus 2/3 times 4 is 8 over 12. Plus 3/4 times 3 is 9 over 12. So we have 1 plus 17 over 12, which is, let's see, 17 over 12, that's 2. 17 over 12 is 1 5/12. So 1 plus 17 over 12 would be 2 and 5/12. And these all numbers are obviously not equal. So false. Because you can show 1 11 12 is not equal to 2 and 5/12. So it's not equal. Alright, now number 5. A tree limb hangs 5 1/4 feet from a telephone wire. The city trims back the branch before it grows within 2.5 feet of the wire. Will the city allow the tree to grow 2 3/4 more feet? Alright, so this question sounds a bit confusing, so I'm going to draw a little picture kind of to show it. So a tree limb kind of hangs 5 1/4 feet from a telephone pole wire. So this is the tree, and this would be the telephone wire thing. Think of this. Telephone. And this is, we can just do tree. Now, the city trims back the tree branch before it grows within 2.5 feet of the wire. So 2.5 feet of the wire. But then it says, will the city allow the tree to grow 2 3/4 more feet? So what it's asking here is, if you add these two up, will it be enough for the tree to be cut down? So will the tree be cut down if it grows 2 3/4 more feet? So what we do here, okay, so we add 2 1/2 plus 2 3/4. So let's see. Where was I? Okay, 2 1/2 plus 2 3/4. That's 2 1/2. We can make that into 2 2/4, because times 2, plus 2 3/4. 2 plus 2 is 4. So 4 plus 2/4 plus 3/4. That'd be 5 1/4. So you guys might be thinking, oh, 5 1/4. They are equal, so the tree will not be cut down. But however, if you read the problem, notice how it says it will trim back the tree before it grows within 2 1/2 feet of the wire. So our answer is no, because since 5 1/4 and 5 1/4 numbers are equal, that means the tree has already grown within 2 1/2 feet of the wire, and the city will not allow it to grow anymore, so it will be cut down. So no, the city won't allow the tree to grow 2 3/4 more feet. Number 6, Mr. Creeder wants to paint 2 doors and several shutters. Alright, so it takes 2 1/8 gallons of paint to coat each door and 1 3/5 gallons of paint to coat all of his shutters. Mr. Creeder buys 3 2-gallon cans of paint. Does he have enough to complete his job? First, we want to find out how much gallons of paint we have done. 3 2-gallon cans, so 3 times 2. So we have altogether 6 gallons of paint. Now let's draw out a tape diagram. So for 2 doors, it takes 2 1/8. So altogether, we have 6 gallons. 2 1/8. I have a smaller 2 1/8. 2 1/8. Another 2 1/8 for each door. So door number 1, door number 2. Now it doesn't say how many shutters he was painting, but for all of it, it will altogether take 1 3/5. So shutters of paint. So our job is to find out if all these numbers added together, will it be equal or less than 6? If it's over 6, that means we will have too much paint. No, we won't have enough paint to paint everything. Alright, so let's add 2 1/8 plus 2 1/8. That's 4 2/8. So 4 2/8 plus 1 3/5. 2/8 3/5. So first 4 plus 1, that's 5 plus 2/8 plus 3/5. 2/8 plus 3/5. Our least common multiple would just be 40. So 5 plus 2/8 times 5 is 10 over 40. Plus 3/5 times 8 is 24 over 40. So 10 plus 24 is 34 over 40. So that is how much gallons of paint will be used. And that, 534 over 40 is less than 6. So there will be enough. So yeah. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helps. And please don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps on my channel. See you next time. Bye!